Welcome to the mindfulness blog for the group formerly known as Jordan, Jenna, and Keith. This week, we're going to discuss our cognitive biases on meditation and address some of the diverse and contradictory opinions we found. I do believe that practiced rationally, meditation in moderation is beneficial. The first was a result of a Google search. It's a site called suggestibility.org. It's run by Joe Kellett. Joe was a teacher at one of the transcendental meditation cults in the LA area, and he describes a lot of why he thought it was bad. As I read the page, I realized he was talking about a cult, and this was verified by yet another website called truthabouttm.org, run by David Orm Johnson, PhD psychology, that looks to debunk TM websites and reports. These sources indicated to me that, like everything else, let the buyer beware. If you want to investigate meditation, take a class at your house of worship or right here at Boise State at the Rec Center every Tuesday evening. There you can learn it in a safe environment and make a rational judgment. And now I'm going to hand it off to Jenna.
Thanks, Keith. Before beginning our research, we all had to think about our own cognitive biases and our own preconceived notions so that we could approach this research with a genuinely open mind. I know that before I started this research and I started regularly practicing meditation that I thought it was for hippies. I thought it would make me tired. I thought that I would become more stressed because I would think I could be doing something better with my time. I could be doing something more useful with my time. And so it would be sort of counterintuitive. And for the research, I wanted to just do a plain Google search and look at what an everyday person, not having any sort of research background or anything, would find if they Googled, benefits of meditation or disadvantages of meditation. And what I found was that the Huffington Post was one of the first to pop up with 20 benefits of meditation. Some of them were pretty redundant. They were sort of the same. But they talked about improved focus, how it could get you better test grades, how it could help you sleep better, and how it decreases your stress levels. While I found by a Psych UNCC and The Guardian on the opposing side with the disadvantages of meditation, that it can sort of make you unaware of what is reality and what isn't, because you're so judgment-free and you're so open that you look at some things, and while memories may be similar, they're not exactly the same, and so it can sort of provoke you to have false memories. Also that it can decrease your ability to retain new information. Implicit memory and implicit learning can be affected in a bad way by meditation being that you just aren't receptive. Now we're going to move on to the third member of our group, Jordan, to discuss his own cognitive biases and his research.
Thanks, Jenna. Before beginning our meditation training and research, I didn't know much, if anything, about mindfulness and meditation training. I imagined martial artists in Asia and other Asian influences as I first began to think about it. Before learning more, I also thought it was nothing more than a placebo effect brought on by a little bit of humming and sitting cross-legged in a quiet room. These preconceived notions were brought on by my own skepticism and pop culture within American society. There are beliefs that using technology to aid meditation is counterintuitive to the entire process. The Sonoma Foundation, a Southern California-based mindful training organization, believe that technology just acts as a distraction. Other arguments state that aids of meditation aren't complex enough in comparison to the individual's own rich sensory experience. Author John Mitchell names a concern with technology-aided meditation called dependency drawback. Traditional meditation teachings are communicated through text and personal instruction. He says, if your analytics become your mantra, then how can you practice without them? The reverse side of that coin is using applied technology to aid meditation can actually enhance brain performance more quickly. which could only be achieved through years of dedication and practice in the past. Biofeedback machines can actually detect your brainwaves and essentially tell you which type of meditation techniques you need to practice more. Like I said, a big advantage of using technology is that your mind state reaches certain mind states at a faster pace rather than trial and error of the past.
Thank you so much for viewing our blog. Check in next time for the new adventures of the group formerly known as Jenna, Jordan, and Keith.